To roll around and winter came, you know, those record companies, they didn't give a shit about us a year before. Now they couldn't get enough. We need cereal, cartoons, and of course we gotta have a Christmas album, don't we? Just when we were on our way to being tough guys. We somehow didn't seem possible we could come up with a goofier album cover than our first album, but somehow, 4 years later, we did it. Still hurts.
Bad, wow.
Dan, you want to talk about this picture?
Sure. There's a big misconception out there. I love this album, I just don't like the cover.
Yeah.
And we originally shot, we did a photo shoot for the album cover, and the guys spray painted Merry Merry Christmas on a brick wall, and we stood in front of it, and we thought that was going to be the album cover. And
Tough guys.
yeah, well, but we had just done Hangin' Tough, and we thought it was appropriate. And the record company didn't like it, so they set up another photo shoot in New York City at a loft for us. And we walk in, and there's fake snow and gifts and Santa hats and a sleigh. Or sled, whatever that is. And we all were like, we're not getting on that sled. No way.
Well, I jumped right on it.
That's Joe's. Woo! And the president of Columbia Records, a guy named Donnie Ienner, came down to the photo shoot and said, hey, listen, you little motherfuckers. You're gonna get on that fucking sled, or you'll never sell another record again. And they were gangsters, so we all walked and got right on the sled.
Is this tweed jacket good, Donnie? Can I wear this?
And there it is. That's how we ended up on a sled.
I noticed this yesterday. I'm just noticing this. Two of us, I don't know who it is, have shorts on. I don't know whose legs those are, but I see bare legs.
Well, you know, Jordan and Danny, you're not the only ones with tendencies. Yeah, sometimes me and Joe make some peculiar choices.
And by the way, the heads were cut out for other pictures because nobody was smiling in this picture. So they had to Photoshop other faces on this.
I think they drew my face on it.
Yeah, it's very cartoonish.
They drew my eyebrow on it. That shit is
I can't speak for anyone else, but that is the last time I ever fucking smiled as a new kid. In any picture ever again. That wasn't even a smile, that was, they caught me in between going, yeah! Just about to come down from fake joy. But the album is really special. Danny's right. I listen to it every holiday season and I still get emotional. It's one of the greatest Christmas songs, in my opinion, ever to be recorded. We weren't going to sing it, but maybe we could just sing a little because we know it's I don't even think Rob's ever heard it, so we just got to do it a cappella. But it's called Letter to Santa. And I think it starts...
I still don't know the words to it, but you help me out.
I don't either. We'll help each other out.
Yeah, let's do it.
I secretly listen to it every Christmas, so I... Did you ever really start to cry over something you just wrote? Well, I'm writing you, dear Santa, it'll be the saddest.
Is it fair come this Christmas time that I should be alone? You know how much I'm missing her. Would you kindly bring her home? This boy's letter to Santa Claus, it's gonna tear you up. What is it?
When he reads,
See how much I'm missing her. It's gonna tear him up. I'm sure he'll write a special note to remind him Christmas Eve that
he has to mend
a broken heart that believes in make believe. Christmas, wishing her, my dear. Missing you come Christmas, wishing you were here.
yeah. Well, let's get rid of that picture, please. Come on. Oh, yeah. Well, look, we were growing up. We were becoming young men, and slowly but surely we wanted to continue to grow step by step. Here's your first sign of proof that I never smiled in a picture again. Yeah.
Joe and Danny looking down. I don't know what's going on. It's like starting to
The smiles were starting to fade.
Starting to float away.
Yes.
John's like, come on, Joe. And Joe's like, I don't know. Danny's he's out of it. He's out of it. I'm just hanging on. I still have braces on there, I think. Just hanging on.
Yeah. Remember how excited we were talking about hanging tough? You get there's the vibe for this one. But however, though, there was some great songs, and we you know, everybody. I talked to a DJ like. When you're in the inside, you don't really, you know, obviously see it from the outside. So a DJ was talking about how Hanging Tough was so huge. You know, we had like 7 top 10 hits, and people, a radio station somehow got a copy of this and played the whole album, you know, the night before or whatever. But I guess when you look at it, after all those hits, everybody's waiting for, are they gonna, you know, have the sophomore slump, even though it was our 3rd album. And but our next big record, and our first single was Fire.
It was fire.
I remember, but we did this album on the road. We started recording this album in hotel rooms, and I think it's part of the story. But I remember we were playing at the Universal Amphitheater. And you recorded in LA, and Jordan did the leads, and I remember you were excited about it, but it wasn't, Hanging Tough was like, we were together every day. We were like rolling every day together, everything we like did together. This album was like all done in piecemeal. So it was like, it just didn't have the same energy. I mean, it was had the same, it had a lot of the same stuff, but it was just, we were so big at the time, it wasn't exactly the same, which is kind of a bummer to hear sometimes. It's not a bummer because we get to tell this story so many years later and know that what kept us together was the love we had for each other, and we knew that we came where we came from, and we never sold each other out, and we always knew what we went through together. And it makes it so much more special. But every group goes through ups and downs, even when it seems on paper that everything is wonderful. it isn't, you know, we were growing up, we were kids, so anyways, but back to the
It's a big butt.
but
It's a big
it
butt.
was, because it was an awesome record. It was an amazing record, and
It's a big butt. Hey, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. I'll show you tonight. This album, though, came out and went to #1. And the first single went to #1. And it was maybe the first time, or one of the first times, any band in history debuted at both. And we did it. We unseated MC Hammer. The world was changing, the music was changing, and grunge was coming, but we weren't giving up. And neither were you.